Everybody, we got a great show lined up for you tonight. This Wednesday night, we've got all kinds of cool stuff lined up. We're going to talk about some more ghostly encounters, possibly some cryptids, and some UFOs we're going to mix in there. We're going to mix it all up and deliver it fresh right now from the Paranormal Portal buffet. So I hope you all are ready. It's about to get creepy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now live and underway here on the Paranormal Portal. Hope you're doing great. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining me, as always, as we are on Wednesday night. This is our commercial-free dead run through the night, and we're going to hopefully have an epic journey. Glad to see so many of you guys out there watching already, as we're just leaving the gate here. But I hope you're all buckled in and set for another fanciful evening of the unknown and the supernatural and the paranormal. Hey, thank you, Fourth Color. All right. Members, woo! Thank you to all you members. Those of you that signed up right away are on the 5th month now already. Or 3 months. No, Fourth Color, yes, you are too. He had to recreate his account. So, yeah, thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. It helps out a ton. So we're going to get into a whole bunch of mischief tonight, as always. I'm not alone, though, folks. I'm joined, of course, by none other than the Big Toe himself, my right-hand man, my good friend and co-host, Mr. Don Longbeard.
Who the hell's that?
That's you.
I haven't seen that guy in forever.
Is your mic on?
I certainly hope so.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Is this better?
Of course it's better, but it's just, that'd be in my way. So anyhow, hi. Yeah.
Hi. How's life been treating you, brother? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been like 3 weeks. Yeah, definitely.
I wasn't sure you knew your way to how to get here anymore.
So Din's here. Where's the master of the turkey baster? Don't know what that means.
I don't even know if is that code for something? I'm not sure what's going on here.
No clue anymore.
I don't know.
Oh, well, but anyhow, so hi, back to reality. We're here.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here, man. I missed you.
Yeah.
It's good to have you back in the saddle and helping me pilot the craft, as it were. Or the crap, whatever it is.
So as long as we don't crap out, we're good.
Yeah, we'll be good. I think we'll be just fine. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to dive into all of this and more. But I hope you guys are ready, because it's getting real up in here. All right, Don.
Yes.
We made it.
Sweet.
We made it into another Wednesday episode of the show, and we've got a lot of things to get to. As always, probably let's get started with some da news.
Da news?
It's time for da news. Let's do it.
Hit that porn music.
You dirty bastard. The most trusted news, ladies and gentlemen. And that, of course, is the Paranormal Portal news desk. As always, welcome.
With the really creepy music.
The really creepy. I didn't pick that though.
I know. That means our friends are just as creepy as we are.
That could be. I don't know how broken they are, but I know how broken we are, so that all works out.
Oh no.
They like us, so I guess they must be a little broken. But
Yeah, whatever. They like us. They really like us.
yeah, absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Paranormal Portal news desk. I'm your anchor, Brent Thomas. This is my co-anchor, Don Longbeard.
Also known as the Millstone.
Or the Big Toe. The millstone, is that for the swimming pool?
That's what keeps us down.
Yeah, well, we love being down. All right, we're going to get to some news here that I've curated on your behalf. Hopefully it's good.
On my behalf?
On their behalf.
Oh, gotcha.
No, I didn't curate it on your behalf. It's just on the show's behalf. But you being a part of the show, that counts, I guess. The first article up for bat here on the show is from unexplained-mysteries.com. Please support their site. Excellent site full of amazing collection of articles and information. And I just absolutely love it. And you'll love it too. I'm sure of it. If you like our news section, you're going to love this site. So head over to unexplained-mysteries.com and check them out. But the first one up is 2 cities in Mexico are said to be protected by a nearby alien base. Did you know that, Don?
No, I did not.
I didn't either.
Is it Chalupa and Chihuahua?
I don't know.
Oh, it's Cholulu. Sorry.
I don't know. Let's see what it is.
Find out.
Many residents of Madero and Tampico believe that nearby extraterrestrials are protecting their cities from hurricanes. Mexico has long been something of a hotspot for UFO lore, with its capital, Mexico City, being at the center of a spate of sightings that put the country on the map back in the early 1990s. Even today, as parts of Mexico are home to a thriving community of believers, and perhaps nowhere is this more evident than in the cities of Madero and Tampico. For years, many locals have believed that their homes have been protected from hurricanes and other extreme weather events by an extraterrestrial base situated a few miles off of Miramar Beach. What's weird is, as if that wasn't, what's weird is that this particular area genuinely does seem to have an uncanny knack for avoiding destructive weather. The recent tropical storm Carl, for instance, made a sudden turn away from the shoreline and missed it altogether. And this isn't an isolated incident. Oh, very cool. Many believe the base named Amupac has been protecting them for as much as 50 years. Both cities were ravaged by hurricanes in 1955 and 1966. This aspect of the local culture has made the region something of a tourist hotspot, with many shops and stalls selling extraterrestrial-themed merchandise. There have also been a number of UFO sightings in the area over the decades. While it's impossible to corroborate the alien base claims or the idea that extraterrestrial intervention has been protecting the local populace, there certainly seems to be something intriguing about the whole thing. What do you think, Don? Do you think aliens might be benevolent in such a way as to protect cities?
I don't, anybody who doesn't live who isn't from the United States is called an alien to begin with. So, yeah,
there's that. But I'm talking about extraterrestrials.
Oh, you mean like actual EBEs?
Okay. Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me because we do have the stories of the ICBMs that were shut down.
Oh, sure.
During the Cold War and things like that. So that I would say that would be them protecting the world in general. But sure. I mean, if the people of Tampico and what was the other one?
Madero.
Yeah. If they're open arms with them, why not?
No, I think it's a great idea. You know what? What just occurred to me when you brought up the ICBMs? Okay. What if? Let's just play a what if game here.
Okay.
What if they were so plugged in? These extraterrestrials are so plugged into what's going on in our world that they knew there was an impending strike going to happen.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And they shut down all these silos as a result.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
mean, wouldn't that be something? I mean, because it seems like some weird random event, but what if there was a plan to do a first strike on the Soviet Union, let's say, back in the day?
Right.
And in order to, leg up in the whole Cold War thing.
Sure.
And you can that kind of actually makes sense, because
It does, yeah.
there's some people that seem to be really excited for us to enter conflicts.
Yeah.
And so wouldn't that be something if that was why they did it? Because otherwise it just seems like, here, look at what we can do, and you can't do nothing about it.
Right.
It's kind of like an arrogant play.
Right.
But what if they were actually stopping an event from actually occurring?
Well, here's my question. If they can do that, why can't they just take the idiots out that are causing the actual issue?
Oh God, wouldn't that be something?
It'd be like, hey, no, Stalin, Hitler,
Yeah.
so and Mr. President, and
You come here and where'd Brent go?
dang it, he's getting probed. I'm so jealous. I am now FOMO.
Then I'll come out of the closet and be done.
Then you
They
finally-
want you too.
Then he said,
Like
then
children
I
of the
come out
corn.
of the closet.
Then like children of the corn.
Right,
I
yeah.
become done. They want you too. No, I don't know, but it does stand to reason. What if that was why they've done these shows of force? Like, nope, you guys are not going to do that, and we're
Right.
going to stop you from even being able to.
Well, Aggravated Progressive says, "What if we are all idiots to them?" And I guarantee we are. But
That's
genocide. I think. If
are
we
you watching the show? Of course, of course we are.
But my question would be, there's got to be some of us that are idiots and some of us that are idiot savants.
Sure.
And some the village is calling in and want the idiot back.
Yeah.
And so it's those ones that we need to get rid of.
Yeah.
And so instead of, just, flushing the world, and doing away with all of us, not committing genocide
Right.
on the entire species, the entire planet for that
Yeah,
matter.
yeah, exactly.
They're they just pick and choose, like, oh, there's that idiot, and yeah, that idiot walked away from the village again.
Right.
We need to get rid of him.
Yeah.
So just
Maybe it's
thoughts.
selective hoovering, just shop backing us up one by one. Who knows? But I don't know. It just occurred to me when you said ICBMs. It's like, oh my God, what if that was not just a overt display, but maybe it was stopping something that was going to start.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool if that's the case. Keep it up, aliens.
Yeah.
You guys are on my good book.
As long as you're not like in a hole, like somewhere in Area 52, Dugway, and
We got an article about that coming up
Really?
tonight. Yeah.
Huh.
Actually, oddly enough,
I just don't want to. I just don't want to meet the ones that Phil
Schneider,
Schneider met. Yeah.
the ones that zapped off half his hand
Half
and
his hand.
laid his chest open.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's not the good
That's
kind.
not the ones. We
All
don't
right.
got your back.
Apparently, they don't have ours either.
Apparently not.
They got some fingers though.
They have a target on them.
All right, unexplained-mysteries.com brings us the second article tonight, and this is NASA's Artemis 1 has successfully launched on its voyage to the moon. So it's on the way, I guess. And this was as of the 16th. So
It's just
right,
yesterday.
brand new, as a matter of fact.
Wait, today is the 16th. Yeah.
Right, today.
Wow, I'm so behind.
After several scuppered launch attempts.
Scuppered.
I never heard of that term before, scuppered.
I wouldn't have called it scuppered. I would have said
Scuttled.
scuttled. Yeah, shuttled.
Yeah, the most powerful rocket in history has finally departed on its maiden voyage. Isn't that something? They need the most powerful rocket in history, but we used to lob up bottle rockets to, the Apollo missions. Yeah. It's like, really?
It's all you got to do is get them out of the 64 miles and you're good.
Yep. 64 miles, give it a burp, and they're good. The combination of NASA's Space Launch System, SLS, and the Orion capsule soared into the night sky from Kennedy Space Center, Florida, early this morning on its first ever mission to the moon. The launch itself provided a breathtaking spectacle of as the enormous rocket, the most powerful ever built, lit up the gloom as it soared into the heavens. A testament to the ingenuity, skill, and perseverance of the scientists and engineers who designed and built it. That's very poetic. Artemis isn't carrying any astronauts, instead serving as a trial run for a manned mission in the future.
Because we've forgotten how to get there.
Yeah, apparently. It is, however, equipped with an array of monitoring instruments and experiments, which will be carried on a 25-day, 1.3 million mile trip all the way to the moon and back. As things stand, the first actual attempt to land humans on the lunar surface will not be until 2025. Elon will have them up there next week.
Yeah.
Although this is likely to be pushed back at least a year due to all the delays. Liftoff, NASA Artemis is on the way to the moon. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson wrote on Twitter, "Congratulations to the amazing team that has gotten us to this moment. Go Artemis." Well, there you go.
Do they just forget the simple fact that we've been to the moon?
I don't know. It's like they're just not even acknowledging it.
It's the first time. Oh my gosh, we're doing it.
We're going to the moon, dude. Oh my God.
Well, if you believe the theories, though, it was
soundstage.
Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, the soundstage.
I'm so sorry for faking the moon. And
yeah, I don't
think so.
I don't think so because Anyway, we're not going to get into that. I know there's a lot of people that believe that we've never been there, but I think we have. Personally, I don't believe that it was all hoaxed. Because, quite frankly, the Russians hated us. If they would have known if it was hoaxed.
Yeah.
And they would have made sure everyone knew about it.
But they had to have hoaxed it too, though. See, that's the thing.
They just hoaxed Sputnik.
Yeah, they just threw it across the yard and let it land on somebody's hand.
It was like they launched it with a wrist rocket and
right?
a slingshot. I don't know, but yeah, they would have called out any shenanigans as soon as they could because it was a race to the moon. I mean, it was a race to the finish. So anyway,
yeah, it just makes no sense. It's like it's never happened before.
Yeah,
it's the most powerful rocket. It's going to get us there in 25 days. Wait a minute, a trip to the moon only takes 3.5.
You had guys wrapped in duct tape and tin foil getting lobbed up in an aluminum can. And they landed on the moon and came
bubble
back.
Wrap in their helmets. Don't bump your head. Make sure to not potty.
Pop for breath.
Yeah, no. Tiny sips, you'll be fine.
They're canned air.
Houston, we have a problem.
He's got to pop bubble wrap in their helmets. Bite it for air. Oh, there you go. Yeah, we don't get paid for the news, actually. This isn't part of our paycheck. But we have fun doing it. So
with a 4-bit calculator. Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They had nothing and they did it. They just
grab that stick and pray.
I mean, it was like Wile E. Coyote.
Exactly.
To strap a rocket on and aim for the moon, And they did it. So I don't know. I mean, if we go there again, great, but it's really not a huge news anymore. It's like in 1969 it was huge.
Yeah.
Now, well, what took you so long?
By the end of this decade, we will be on the
literally
moon.
50 years.
Yeah, exactly.
From the actual first time, and now we're having this big celebration. Oh, we picked a big rocket up there.
Yay.
We're not putting people up there yet, though. Okay. Yeah, there you go. All right. Anyway, I'm not mocking the space program, not openly.
That was a lie.
That is a lie. Sorry, I'm mocking it. I actually so here's the thing, and Kev Baker brought this up, and I think it's really interesting. It's like, look at the advances we've made since the 60s. We there was not even a thing such as a cell phone, and now you're carrying a supercomputer in your pocket.
Yeah.
And you look at so many industries, computers, technologies, communications. And yet we're still strapping people to rockets.
Right, yeah.
Like, that's the only thing that really hasn't changed in all this time.
Fuel, yeah.
It's like, come on, they really haven't found a better way to do it?
I mean, come on. If you can pack 28,000 batteries into a car and move it along the road at 65 miles an hour, you can figure out how a better way to send somebody to the friggin' moon.
Right. Yeah, you'd think so. I don't know. Anyway, I know there's other drives that available, like an ion drive and all that other stuff, but
right.
The impossible drive that apparently NASA
Maggie
has
wants
developed.
to be strapped to a rocket.
Does she?
Have I got a rocket for you?
Jesus, Don.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
No, you're gonna lose mic privileges quick. All right, so let's continue on before we get demonetized. Okay, here we go. So that was that article. Hope you guys learned something there. Next up is coming from Unexplained-Mysteries. No,
There's
Jesus.
a lot of unexplained mysteries around here.
Well, this show is an unexplained mystery, believe me.
Elaine Clifford says her dad's cousin was on Apollo 1 that blew up. Ron Chaffee.
Aw, wow.
Roger Chaffee? Was it Ron? It was Roger.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's what a hero. And, no doubt any of those guys were brave.
Absolutely.
They were cut from steel to get on those things and take those chances.
I know.
Amazing.
Yeah. It's truly amazing. It really, really, really.
All right. And we're walking the path they cut. There's no question about it. But next up, FBI raids the home of Area 51 journalist and confiscates his files.
Go figure.
In another great move of justice and
Exactly.
So what did this guy do that really?
Well, apparently he must have had like some of Tesla's books or something.
Jorg Arnu was a prominent Area 51 researcher who has worked on numerous documentaries and TV shows. Arnu found himself at the receiving end of the FBI raid earlier this month when agents descended upon his two homes in Los Angeles and Rachel.
Wow.
And seized a large number of his possessions, including computers, cameras, and memory sticks.
Wow.
The incident had been the subject of much speculation until Arnu himself posted an update on his website to confirm what had happened. Last Thursday, November 3rd, very early in the morning, of my homes in Rachel and in Vegas were searched by a combined team of FBI and AFOSI. Who's AFOSI?
Air Force Office.
Special Investigations.
Special
Okay.
Investigation, yeah.
All my laptops, phones, memory sticks, cameras, drone, and other items were seized. Each location saw at least 15 to 20 agents rummaging through our homes and about 8 vehicles. Needless to say, it was all a spectacle for curious neighbors, both in Rachel and in Vegas. Mm-hmm. In the process, I lost all my data, medical files, financial and tax records, passwords, and everything. To the best of my knowledge, I have not broken the law. The search warrants are not very specific, but aerial photos of Area 51 and other installations came up repeatedly, so I've taken those down for now to defuse the situation. Arnu is well known for his extensive research into Area 51 and has worked on several productions, including the UFO documentary The Road to Rachel, as well as episodes of The Conspiracy Theory with Jesse Ventura and Ancient Aliens. It remains unclear exactly what the agents were looking for, but it is not unreasonable to assume that he might have delved a little too deep during his investigations, and so far the FBI has declined to comment on the case.
He found a Balrog.
He dug too deep. He found a Balrog. This foe is beyond any of you. Run, you fools. There you go. That's weird. That's kind of creepy, though,
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
You wouldn't, I mean, who knows what's still going on over there? Maybe all this weird stuff is still happening there. I would have thought they would have moved it out of there and into somewhere like Dugway or something.
Yeah, exactly. But there was a little what is the name of that air base? There was an air base in
Ellis?
No, Ellen, gosh darn it.
I don't know.
It's here in Idaho. It was here in Idaho. And
Okay.
they think part of the Roswell crash went there as well. So,
Huh.
yeah.
Well, there you go. I don't know what happened, but this guy's obviously neck deep in whatever it is. And if he's still free, I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Usually they put them in little cages and
he'd Phil Schneider's suicide.
Yeah, he might fall
hang
into
himself while he's smoking a cigarette, sitting in his easy chair.
a deep depression and not be willing to continue. I don't know.
Gosh.
That's scary stuff, though. It is very scary stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It's I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah.
It's disturbing. It's really, really disturbing. All right, let's continue on. And in other paranormal news, Black Friday is now pretty much all year round.
Pretty much.
Apparently, according to every ad on my computer, it used to be the Friday after Thanksgiving. But now it's just as soon as they can get your money, apparently.
Yep.
So that is paranormal, right? Because it's not normal.
The early Black Friday sales are what I really enjoy. Yes.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, I really enjoy those.
Here's a hunter capturing apparently a Bigfoot on camera. So hunter captures alleged Bigfoot on camera during a trip to Birch Forest.
Birch Forest.
There's the picture. That's could be something.
He's
Looks kind of Bigfooty.
he's not feeling very good. He's moping.
Yeah, well, I think they always mope. Another video clip of an alleged Sasquatch has appeared online, but is it really an unknown hominid or just a prankster in a suit? Because, there's people running around in suits everywhere.
Yeah,
apparently.
yeah.
Every Sunday, I whip on my Bigfoot suit and start hitting the forest. What the hell? The footage, which was uploaded on the YouTube channel NVTV yesterday, begins with a brief backstory stating that the individual who submitted it was a hunter who had been out in the woods when he saw something unexpected and decided to hide in the bushes to get a closer look. When the creature moved away, he attempted to follow it, but it was too quick and he couldn't keep up. No specific details of exactly when and where the video is recorded and where provided. The identity of the individual who submitted the clip also remains a mystery. The footage itself, which does seem to show a bipedal hominid of some kind traipsing through the forest, is certainly interesting, but it's impossible to tell for sure that it is a genuine creature. As with many clips of this nature, it would be fairly easy to fake the footage, and certainly can't rule out the possibility that it's simply a person in a Bigfoot suit. That it would be fairly easy to fake the footage. Okay.
Bob Aranos.
Yeah. Bob Aranos, yeah.
Bob's back at it.
Yeah, he's just coming out of retirement and out of the grave, apparently.
Well, apparently.
You can check the video out yourself below and tell me what do you think. Well, let's look at it. Since we're on Wednesday, and this is a YouTube-only show, let's have a look at this.
Screw 'em.
Well, I want to be careful here because they do own their own. Look at the commercials in here.
Wow.
Look at the commercials. Are you serious?
Well, anytime you put Bigfoot in a video...
Oh, we're never going to get a chance to see this.
Probably not.
This is obnoxious. I can't show this. This is ridiculous. There's more commercials on there than there is actual footage. Whatever. Okay, well, I'll put a link to it in the chat, and those of you who wish to check it out can do so, but we'll never have an opportunity to get to it because we're going to bump into ads every 2 minutes. I don't like that about some channels. They just want to butcher the hell out of it.
That's the only way they can make money.
No, it's not the only way. It's just because they want to make a lot of money. And they're getting obnoxious about it. It's like, no, you're just going to lose viewers because people aren't going to put up with that crap. They can go to 18,000 other channels that don't have near that many ads.
Right.
Much like the Paranormal Portal.
Yes.
We don't do a lot of ads. Do some, but not a lot. Much less than network television.
Fourth Color says NVTV is kind of spotty anyhow.
Yeah, it is. But, it's just obnoxious. If you're going to have, what is it, a 15-minute clip at most?
Right.
Then, it's got at least, 20 ad breaks in it. Are you serious? It's like that's just obnoxious. All right, let's continue here and check out a big problem that's emerging in Hawaii. And that is...
Are pandas attacking?
Nope, it's not pandas. It's apparently... fire ants.
Wow.
Extensive fire ant infestation in Hawaii is now largest on record.
Wow.
Those things are bastards, too.
Yes, they are.
Oh, they hurt. All right, authorities in the state have moved to warn residents of the dangers posed by these tiny communal insects. Being stung by a fire ant is certainly no joke. I know that. I've been stung by one. Even a single sting can leave a nasty swollen welt that can get infected and can also, on rare occasions, cause a fatal anaphylactic shock. It's no surprise, therefore, that authorities in Hawaii have become increasingly concerned about an ever-growing infestation of these six-legged pests, which were first detected on the island in 1999.
Oh, my.
That's a long time, though.
Yeah, and then they begin worse, obviously.
Things are now so bad that the current levels of infestation have been described as the worst on record, prompting officials to put out warnings to both local residents and tourists alike. They're changing the way of life for our residents here in Hawaii, said an ant expert, Heather Forrester. You used to be able to go out hiking and go to the beach. They can rain down on people and sting them. Rain down? Where are they coming from?
Well, I imagine off trees.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah, in some of the worst impacted areas, the infestation is so extreme that ants have been known to enter people's homes, sting them while they are sleeping. We have a lot of reports of them stinging people while they sleep in their beds, said Forrester. The Kauai Invasive Species Committee has launched a media campaign to raise awareness, but
I think everybody's aware.
yeah. Hey, we're aware. What are you going to do to get rid of them? But the only thing that really make a difference is containment. Yeah, how about eradication?
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Let's think about eradication. Let's not. Fortunately, the ants are mostly confined to a specific area of one island, so with any luck, officials will be able to prevent them from spreading any further in the coming months. Our team is really good at what they do, said a committee's outreach specialist, Halen Chalk. I'm confident that we can keep it contained.
You know what's a really easy, really cheap, really effective way, and very eco-friendly way to do that? Sow their area with diatomaceous earth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because diatomaceous earth will crack their exoskeleton and suck all the water out of them.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And so, you can eat diatomaceous earth, so it's that safe.
Oh, very cool.
So, yeah, it's really simple. And I don't know if, they accept my idea. You'd have to pay me to have it, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great idea. Anything that could be done, it's eco-friendly. I mean, maybe even vinegar or something.
Vinegar.
Well, vinegar will eat away their exoskeleton, too.
Well, that's true. Well,
but it has to stay wet.
Right. They would have to stay wet for a while. But, diatomaceous earth is an amazing thing. We used it for chickens. We'd throw it on our chickens to keep away the mites and stuff.
Okay.
But diatomaceous earth is amazing stuff. And I know I'm right because pharmacy's saying, yep, he's right.
Oh, very cool.
So the problem is you can't just lay it out because it's like chalk, and ants won't walk over chalk.
We'll just put it all over their anthills where they're going to go.
You'd have to literally
just everywhere
blow it in like a bellows. Don's
out there with a straw and a mouthful of diatomaceous.
Spitball.
You can eat it. It's okay.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm just saying it might work. But yeah, that's creepy. Those things suck. I've been stung by one once, and it was literally they've earned that reputation, that name, that it feels like being burned. It sucks.
What I heard,
They suck. But yeah, there you go. Fire ants. Oof. Yuck. I remember watching a movie when I was a kid of there's like these killer ants. I think they were based off of the Siafu of like Africa or something like this. Horrible ants that'll kill people. Like they literally do. They'll like come in and just infest a house and kill people with their stings while they sleep. It's horrible, but fire ants are no joke either.
Well, I gotta hand it to Coyote Peterson though. I know we've busted him up a couple times in the last few months because of that whole "what if I found a Sasquatch?"
Oh yeah.
But he does get stung by strange things.
I know, on purpose though.
Yeah, he does
on purpose. So it's like
he's been stung by a bullet ant.
Yes, he has.
And I've been told those are painful.
And some weird wasp that he said was the worst ever, and he was puking and stuff.
Yeah, it wasn't a killer. It wasn't one of the killer. What was the?
No, it wasn't one of those murder hornets.
No, not the murder hornet. It was.
But he said those were horrible too.
Well, he didn't get stung by one of those.
He never did?
No, he didn't sting himself with that.
Oh, okay.
He just likened it to the one that it's supposed to be even worse than that one.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty terrible. Things he does for attention.
Yeah, well.
All right. Well, let's get to the next article. This is Pennsylvania woman left terrified by ghost on security camera. Ooh. There's
What?
That's apparently the ghost. The mother of four recently left scared to sleep after spotting something unnerving on her home CCTV camera. Yeah, I'd be a little unnerved by that too. Look at that face. That does not look like a happy person.
It's a face only a ghoulie can love.
34-year-old Amanda Pitt had been lying in her bed at around 3:40 a.m. on October 21st when she heard the distinct sound of heavy footsteps downstairs. Unnerved, she checked the footage from her CCTV security system and was immediately struck with horror as she spotted an eerie figure standing in the doorway of the kitchen. I kept going back to the camera, but I couldn't see it anymore, so I thought maybe I was seeing things, she told the Mirror. I made sure Jeffrey was still in bed because I thought it could be him. Her husband decided to venture down to confront the intruder, but after a thorough search of the house, he concluded there was nobody there and no sign that anyone had broken in. Amanda, however, was so shaken by the incident that she was unable to go back to sleep. Things have happened here before, she said. The people who lived here before didn't live here for very long, but we never found out why. I think you just did.
Oh, there you go.
That's why.
Inappropriate wedding dresses. What?
What?
That's what it says.
Where?
Scroll down. Right there.
Oh. I'm like, what?
Maybe
She's
that's
not wearing
why
a
they
wedding
never
dress?
noticed.
That is creepy, though. It's like, what the hell is... Looks like she's carrying something. You know what? It almost looks like that.
Carrying a torch for you.
Yeah, well, I'm a keeper, Don.
Red.
Well, can you blame her, really?
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
come
yeah,
on.
I mean, you giant piece of man meat over there.
Did you have to say giant? Was that important? Was that important, Don?
I meant a
Could've just
big
said-
piece, you know.
Could have just had a piece of man meat. Jeez, Don. Started attacking me. All right, whatever kind of man meat I am, I'm going to change the subject now. All right, so we got another two more. One more here, and this is coming from unexplained-mysteries.com. This one is for the Harry Potter lovers out there, for those of you that are Harry Potter lovers.
Harry Potter.
You'll be a good wizard once you train up a bit. All right, concerns raised over socks left at grave of Dobby the house elf.
What?
Yep, you heard it. There's Dobby, of course. Says Harry Potter gave Dobby a sock, and then thousands of other people did the same thing on a beach in Wales. Local authorities at Cymru, Wales, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, have asked members of the public to stop depositing socks at the spot of Freshwater West Beach, where the fictional house elf Dobby was buried in scenes filmed for the 7th installment of the Harry Potter movie franchise. Referred to as Dobby's grave, the site, which sits in a protected conservation area, attracts a regular influx of visitors, many of whom opt to leave socks and messages in tribute to him. The sheer number of such gifts has resulted in a considerable pile of clothing at the site, leading to concerns over damage to the local environment and wildlife. It's socks, for God's sakes. It's not nuclear waste.
Hey, if a fish gets a sock around its neck, man, no telling what would happen.
Minnows could die in those socks.
You know what rats do in socks, don't you?
I don't.
Never mind.
Okay. The memorial to Dobby will remain at Freshwater West in the immediate term for people to enjoy, the National Trust, Cymru said in a press release.
You know, oh, sorry.
The trust is asking visitors to only take photos when visiting the memorial to help protect the wider landscape. Items like socks, trinkets, and paint chips. Who's dropping off paint chips?
Chips here, eat this.
From painted pebbles could enter the marine environment and food chain and put wildlife at risk. Meanwhile, offshore, there's barrels of nuclear
Yeah,
waste
exactly. Yeah,
sitting
all kinds of plastic
in the ocean
straws
floor. Yeah. There's there's that whole island of plastic out in the Pacific, but we're worried about a few paint chips from the rocks. Harry Potter was unavailable for comment. So look at that pile. Look at that pile.
Wow.
That's not so horrible. I mean,
There's
get
rocks in
somebody
there,
out of
too.
college that wants to do some work study and
Oh, I was gonna buy those socks. The ones that said Dobby's free.
oh, did you?
I was gonna send them to my old boss.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
jeez.
no, this one here. It says
Oh,
Dobby's
Dobby is free.
free. Yeah, there. You
Dobby
can actually buy those
is
on
free.
you can buy those on Amazon. Yeah.
Harry Potter gave Dobby a sock.
Master gave Dobby a sock.
Yeah.
Dobby's free.
That's funny. Well, there you go. That's what they're finding over
But
there.
that looks more like a pile of rocks with a few socks.
I know it's not
So
like
get your
this is
rocks
an
in your
environmental
socks.
disaster, you
Yeah,
clowns.
Exactly, gosh.
I mean, God, that's the resting place at Dobby, for God's sakes.
You
Show a
know,
little
now,
passion.
you know what that makes me wonder now. I gotta ask this. You know, is that like flu powder? You know, you throw your socks in the dryer and it's like a flu, and it
maybe
goes
that's
to
it.
Dobby's grave. You know, so
Maybe.
that's why you're losing all those left-handed socks.
I know where the other sock
Left-footed
is.
sock. Yeah.
I know where the other sock is. It's
Rock
in
and
my
a sock,
drawer.
good weapon. Thank you, Wonder Woman.
Maybe so. I don't know. But don't leave your socks on a beach in Wales because they don't want it.
Not intentionally, at least. I mean, if you're just having a good time,
All right. Well, there you go. All right, let's get to the last article of the night, and this is from Unexplained-Mystery, and here's another ghost photograph to deal with because we are a paranormal show, and by God, let's get to some paranormal. This is Lost Ghost Photographs series, now launched on Patreon. On Patreon. That means you got to pay to get them. Every week, we will be posting up an exclusive set of our handpicked images from the archives of our late sister site. I don't know what their sister site was, but very cool. That's a pretty good capture, actually. Could be just something close to the lens, but could be ectoplasm. It says, back in the early 2000s, Unexplained Mysteries had a sister site, Ghost Mysteries, which was dedicated entirely to ghosts, hauntings, and paranormal investigation. I wish I'd have known that site. Got a bell for it. Whee! During its run, visitors to the site submitted thousands of stories and photographs, but when the site was discontinued around 5 years ago, the archive was closed down as well. Now, though, thanks to the support of our subscribers on Patreon, some of the very best stories and images from that archive have been painstakingly retrieved and restored. We currently have a selection of over 100 handpicked lost ghost stories available to view exclusively on our Patreon page, and now we have expanded this to include lost ghost photographs as well. So there you go. If you want to become a Patreon member of unexplained-mysteries.com, you can visit the site and find the information to do that. It might be actually worth it to check some of these archives out. But for those of you that are so able to do so, that might be an interest to you. So head over to unexplained-mysteries.com and check out how to become a Patreon member. And I'm sure you can look it up, see what they have on there. I don't have time personally, or the inclination, but I think it's great. Good for them.
Small humanoid-like creature captured on trail cam in Australia?
Yeah, we did that one on the show.
See, I miss so much.
I know. If you watch the shows, you
I have time.
just watch the news.
Gosh.
It was on the news though. Yeah,
Oh,
it's actually a really enhanced photo, but it does look like something very odd.
Huh.
Yeah, you can pull it up if you want to see it better.
It's all right.
We did cover it on the show, but hold on, it's coming.
No, it's all right.
No, it's coming. Don.
Right, fine.
And I thought maybe, was it a bunyip maybe?
Oh, yeah.
Or a junjadi or junjari or whatever. Junjadi, maybe.
Whatever.
No, I don't know. Bunyip is bigger, isn't it?
Well, no,
Yeah.
a bunyip, as far as I understand from Cade, what I understand is they're like 6 foot.
Yeah, so this is small though. This is like
is it?
3 feet or less.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it's probably a junjadi. But yeah, very curious. Whatever the hell it is.
Nice.
Caught on a trail cam. Does look like a face. I mean, but the original pictures it shows on this video here. But that's I think the original picture.
Sure.
It almost looks more like a creature here than it does in their enhanced one.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, that nose is.
It just looks like a 300-year-old pirate ghost for that one. Let's get married.
Where's my booty? I don't know if that's what ghost pirates say, but I'm just saying it could be.
Do you know that the screen's not on behind us?
Oh, yeah, I know. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
I guess I could put it up because that's part of my job.
I suppose so.
I'm a little verklempt.
Oh, you know what? You forgot to put it on the screen. They've been looking at us.
No, I did put it up on screen now.
Rachel says, I can't see the pic.
Of what? Which?
Of the one you're talking about right now.
Oh, okay.
So.
I don't think I put any of it up on the screen, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to start the background here if I can see. There it is. There we go.
Yeah, you guys are slipping. You guys are supposed to tell us that, hey, your animations aren't working.
Where's your screen? It just says one thing. Where's the portal? All right. There you go, folks.
Voila.
This has been a presentation of the Paranormal Portal News. Let's get back to the rest of our show.
Hit that porn music, Brent.
most trusted news. What do you guys think? Is it the most trusted? Do you guys trust the Paranormal Portal news? I'm just curious. By show of hands. I don't see any hands. Sorry. You have to put them in chat. Just type wave if you think the news is most trusted. Wave, and we'll bring up the hand waving. So, just saying, it's an opportunity. We got a lot of other stuff to get to, of course. We're going to be doing all kinds of fun things. Pharmacy thinks it's the trustworthy news. Thank you, Farm. Appreciate it. How you guys doing tonight? Good to see you all. Let's do some shout-outs here quick. If you want to shout out, type something in the chat. First of all, a shout-out, special thank you to my nephew, Dan, and his wife, Jada, who donated to the show on our PayPal. So a special thank you. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate it a bunch. I just always am floored by the kindness and generosity of those people that are able to do that. Of course, not everybody can right now. I understand things are tight for all of us, so I get it. Again, there's lots of ways to support the show, though. You don't need to do it monetarily. You can do it just by showing up to the live shows when you're here. Love to see you come in and let other people know about it. Love the thumbs up if you wouldn't mind. If you're watching the shows when they're not live, then just leave a comment. And please be sure to check out our podcast. That's available on all the podcasting applications out there. All of them. It's out there. So we'd love to have you become part of our podcast family as well. And the podcast is a very different show. It's a lot of interviews with experiencers. We do a lot of that on the podcast. And so I'd love for you to check that out. Lots of ways to help support what we're doing. Wave more. So wave more than CNN. CNN. No, can't do CNN. Ain't no CNN around here. Not around these parts. But I'm just waiting for my partner in crime to return. But we are going to be dealing with the Discord question of the week next. And, of course, you all are familiar with that because it's become quite a thing over there. If you're not already a member of our Discord community, I'd love for you to become a member of it. And I got to pull it up here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Nope. There. Nope. I can't see. There it is. If you want to become a member of the Discord community, we'd love to have you there. I'm going to put a link in the chat.
I've already got it.
Don's already got it because he's back now. So I'm going to put him on the screen as well. But if you see the link that Don posted in the chat, that's how you can join and become part of it. Oh, thank you, disrespectful Goral. Thank you very much. We really appreciate that. That helps a ton. The Discord community is our place to continue the discussions that you see on the show. And it's going 24/7. Well, I mean, it's open 24/7, but there's usually activity going on in there quite often. There's a great core people that continues to keep the dialogue going and posting links and stuff. But follow that link. But I guess right now it's time for the question of the week. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Discord question of the week right here on the Paranormal Portal. And this is our forum for all things paranormal on the Discord. And what the question of the week is it's a question that we pose to our Discord community in regards to a paranormal subject or topic or whatever. And it's an opportunity for you guys to weigh in, for us to hear what you think about something that we talk about here on the show. And so today's question is from me and Sheldon. We came up with this one. But here as a side text, if you come up with your own question or you have a question you'd like asked to our community, then by all means, send it to either myself or Sheldon. We'll post it in there. Or you can send it to Don. You can post in there too, right?
Yeah, I can, yeah.
Yeah, so we can do, all three of us can post a question. And these questions will be posted before the shows. So there'll be a Wednesday question, there'll be a Friday question, and there will be a Saturday question. So today's question is, Wednesday show. Some people believe that that extraterrestrials may have bases around the world or moon. Do you believe when UFOs appear in our skies, they've come from their world to ours, or do they come from their own hidden bases here? What do you believe? And we got a bunch of comments, literally a bunch of feedback on this one. So, Don, do you want to read those?
Sure, I can read some of these, yeah. Buzzacino says, oops, here, that might help.
Yeah.
Might want to turn my microphone on.
Yeah.
Buzzacino says, other worlds, other dimensions, fake psyop, or bases here, probably a mix of all the above. Lars Grass says, both. The group I'm familiar with has bases hidden around the solar system, and I think there may be one in or on the moon. I'll have to ask, though. They don't have much to go back to due to what war has done to their original system. Some do come from their planet to us. So, yeah, I think it's all of the above. Cashew says, the one disc I saw went behind a small cloud and never reemerged. My thoughts at the time were cloaking. Portal? I didn't conceive of the possibility of it being based somewhere on Earth. I would guess that they are from another world but have adaptability to hide in parts of ours. The technology and material come from somewhere advanced. And with that, they still manage to crash a time or two. That's true.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Okay, so Fourth Color says, I think they're from all over the place. Deep space, other dimensions, times, our oceans, our moon, neighboring planets, maybe even from our inside our own hollow Earth. That's my favorite theory. Now, that's interesting too. You know, what if they're not extra dimensional, but they're not extra? What was it? Extraterrestrial. Maybe they're interterrestrial.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what I was trying to go for. Eric PHA says, well, that's a heck of a question. I think they have bases bases here or near here. Remember USOs, unidentified subterranean objects? I think they've been here a long time.
Or submersible.
USOs are submersible, yeah.
Yeah, usually USO is submersible, but there is the idea of subterranean bases as well. Yeah, that's a great point.
They may have, Morgan Anonymous says, they may have originally come from another planet or dimension, but I think they absolutely must have a long-term base of operation, or much more likely many locations on and within the Earth. Think about it. If you wanted to observe, interact with humans on Earth, but remain essentially covert and imperceptible, where would you hide? Well, humans are pretty much everywhere in 2022. Even the most remote places in the surface of the Earth, there remains a risk of humans stumbling on your location. Additionally, the advent of satellite photography gives humans the ability to image nearly every square foot of the planet. So if you happen to be a hyper-advanced technological civilization, it's probably within your means, to settle semi-permanently on the ocean floor, beneath the ocean floor, or underground, or very likely even inside a toxic and deadly volcano. Good point. As a matter of fact, didn't Star Trek do that? Yeah, they did. They hid in a volcano one time.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. Why not all of the above? I don't know how many different types of entities there are visiting the planet, or which ones have bases on or in the Earth, but I have no doubt that at least one or a few of them are based here. And I wouldn't be surprised if the U.S., as well as other countries, are already aware of this. Well, the Greada treaties.
Yeah.
Very likely there are bases on the Moon, Mars, Venus, etc., as well. Well, if you believe that Valiant Thor was a Venusian, yeah, he has to be Venus. If they are really as advanced as most of us believe them to be, then it wouldn't be an issue for them to settle pretty much anywhere they've decided is convenient for their purposes. Got to hit the sack. All right, good night. Within says...
Both, yeah.
No. Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Both, yeah, okay. Okay. Batman, B-A-T-T man, Says, 1, underwater, there are far greater chances of life developing on ice-covered moons with subsurface oceans than our type of planet. Life forms from these water worlds would be much more suited for survival and colonization in the high-pressure depths of the ocean's deepest realms. With Jupiter the size, my gosh, there's a lot here.
Yeah.
With Jupiter-sized gas giants being predominant planet types in our galaxy, as most solar systems seem to have at least 2 or more, unless one got close to another and gravitationally shot it out of the solar system, becoming a rogue planet. These Jovian-type systems tend to support substantial number of moons each. Many of these moons are bigger than some planets. Yes. Ganymede, yes. Larger than Mercury, yes. By sheer number of instances alone, this increases the probability of life to develop in this type of environment overdeveloped on a rocky type planet like Earth. Rogue gas giants have been seen traveling between systems, being incredibly hot, and could have moons of this type without any star being present.
Wow.
Life on these water/ice worlds would develop under low light, high pressure conditions, and have big light sensitive eyes. Yes. Their ecosystems, well, yes. Yes. I'm sorry. I've got to stop there. There is a lot there. So yeah, I'm going to stop there, but kind of makes it a likely candidate as well. So he's saying yes. He's giving all this.
Number 2, he says, and then there's Antarctica.
Well, yeah, where treaties ban all countries from exploration mining. Oh, that's an interesting thought.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
While satellite imagery is blotted out and censored in large swaths without any viable explanation given, to the exception of journals from Admiral Byrd from High Jump. So there you go.
Yeah.
Wow. Lily Pond. I believe they're here already, underground, underwater bases, other dimensions perhaps. The real question is how many and why are they here? Well, if they wanted us gone, we'd already be gone. Yes, absolutely. I believe that we're the biggest threat to ourselves. Yes. We only have one planet and need to respect and preserve it for our children. Yes. That seems to be my main concern. That seems to be the main concern they express to abductees. Now, that's like we were talking about earlier about when the ICBMs were disabled. It kind of falls right in line with that. Why would we even need to be told that? Common sense dictates, and if that's our concern, it seems a benevolent and intelligent one. She's repeating exactly what we said earlier. I'm aware of reptilians, and some of them have ill intentions, but for the most part, I feel we've much more to fear from our own kind. Yes, there you go. Rachel, I think they come from both secret bases in our own world. Within such advanced technology, such as abduction scenarios in which the abductees are apparently phased through walls, why wouldn't they use that to pass either into mountain bases or underground bases? Interesting thought. Although they could use the moon or the oceans or other rocky planets in our solar system. So there you go.
Those are some great thoughts.
Yes.
Some of them were incredibly comprehensive.
Yes.
And well thought out. They would be shows in themselves. But yeah, thank you to everybody who contributed to the discussions here. And again, if you become a member of the Discord, this is the layout. Over here is the group discussion threads, and right here is the questions of the week. That's what we're on now. But there's also a general area there for just general discussions. But there's Bigfoot, Dogman, ghosts, UFOs, extraterrestrial encounters, cryptids, music, and strange phenomena. And, there's when there's new information there that you haven't seen, they'll be bright white like this. Like there's things you haven't seen. Okay. And then when you open the group, you'll get a red line, and whatever's below the red line is something you haven't seen. So Jake waved to say hi. Didn't you already join, Jake? I just waved to say hi to you. So welcome again if you hadn't, but I thought you were already in there. Anyway, please become a member of the Discord if you want to take part in these conversations. You can certainly, those of you in the chat can contribute as well. I mean, that's fine as we read them on the shows. This is just a way to kind of integrate our Discord community with the live shows and continue the discussions. And it just makes the show kind of perpetuate more than just these 2-hour windows and the 1-hour podcasts. So we hope you'll check it out and become part of it. But yeah, this has been the question of the week. Boom. There you go. Question of the week, Don.
Sweet.
That was good. I'm really thrilled with the amount of contributions and thoughts that you guys are bringing to the table.
Well, and a lot of the explanation behind their thoughts and everything, that's amazing.
It really is. Yeah. You guys are a bright, incredibly bright bunch. Not only do we have the best chat in all of YouTube, but I think we might have the smartest chat in all of YouTube. to be honest with you, I've seen some real bricks out there chatting in other groups, and it's like, wow, we got the good ones. So thank you all for that. Cheers to you. Oh, that kicks. It's just water. Not vodka. Nice throw. Good. I made it. I hit the couch and then I can just grab them on the way by.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Unless you forget, then you blame Minion.
Then it's my kid's fault. I'm not that kind of jerk. I just play one on TV. So anyway, yeah, thank you all for the contributions there. And that's always wonderful. God, it's already after 8, Don.
Yeah.
We must have went really long with the news.
We did. It was like almost 10 minutes till when we got done with it. That's
Man.
Because I can't stop talking.
We just can't stop talking. We just got you back on the show. So, of course, we got a lot to talk about. But if you, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, check out the new Confessionals episode. It was a fantastic episode. It's called Paranormal 911. And it was great because I got to be a part of it. I called in during the show when Tony was recording it and had a discussion with them because I know I shared it on the show here, and those of you that were paying attention heard about it, but I actually had my phone when I was investigating a haunted bar with Charles Howard Johnson, our good friend who is a paranormal investigator and a Bigfoot researcher. He and I were investigating this bar, and my phone called 911 by itself. And I was just like, oh, my God, and I had this whole incredible experience, and it was bizarre. I thought I must be the only person in the world to have that happen. So I wrote about it on Facebook, and after that, I got a message from Tony Merkel saying, you're kidding, because the director, the guy who's actually editing and directing his latest documentary they're putting together, had the exact same thing happen the night before over in Tennessee.
Crazy.
Right. So we had a great conversation about that. So check out the latest Confessionals episode. It was a fantastic show. I realized I never even called in to the call board. Can you believe that?
Oh.
I just realized that now.
No conference in progress.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oops. I've been getting inundated on my Skype with all these people that I didn't invite. So it's like, I don't think you're a real person. And trying to, request translated chats and stuff. It's like, who are you? Who are you? How did you find me?
Ninja Dave, why are you sitting at your boss's desk while watching the portal and eating moon pies?
Oh, funny. That's
he says,
funny.
He says, I shouldn't read comments while eating moon pies. I blew moon pie all over my boss's desk. Wow. What
happened that he blew moon pie?
Apparently somebody said something and
he just
decided
he exhaled a little too hard there. Yeah, be careful with moon pies, man. They can leave a real mess. I don't think I've ever had a moon pie done.
Really?
Yeah, I don't believe I ever have.
Yeah, well, you're not missing much.
No? Okay.
No.
All right, they sound kind of nummy. But anyway, I ain't never had no moon pies. But I've got me some more paranormal to bring you. And we're going to move to an article now from, again, one we've been working through. And it's people share freaky coincidences. And we're on number 37 of this article from excellenttown.com. And it's not a site that's known for its paranormal offerings, but they do these Reddit scrapes, and they just go through Reddit comments and start farming out weird things people have experienced. So we're going to check them out. Some of these are not paranormal, but most of them are, or seem to be. But you be the judge. We're on number 37, a fortune cookie that was true. Says, I'd gone to eat at a Chinese buffet with a friend after dinner. I opened my fortune cookie to read a message that said, a friend in need will contact you soon. Answer the call. Minutes later, while walking out of the restaurant, my phone rang, and it was a friend that was going to be moving away to another state. He was calling me because he needed a fridge back that he had just let me have a few days prior. Huh. Well, that's...
Well, it's a need, you know. You got to put your cold meat somewhere.
Yeah, I guess. That's a weird one, isn't it? All right, this is number 38, Moments of Reflection. When I was 17, my grandpa had a stroke and was slowly going downhill in the hospital. My grandma figured that if he ever got better, he wouldn't be able to drive, so she gave me his truck, complete with a camper shell and bed carpeting. He was in the hospital for several months, and one day, for no reason whatsoever, I decided to sit in the back of the truck and just think a bit. I was back there for about 45 minutes, daydreaming about nothing. When I came inside, my dad told me my grandpa had died 45 minutes ago. Well, that's a weird coincidence. Could be. Could be related to the need to go sit in the bed of the truck and just reflect. Yeah, that's a cool story. Number 39, Great Minds Think Alike, Don. You ever found a great mind that thinks like yours?
Hey, the Professionals is here. Hey, how you doing, Tony?
Hey, Mr. Merkel. How you doing? Great to see you. Yep. Just was sharing people what was going on. We got a call here. Let's get to this phone call. Because there's a phone call. Let's get to it and find out what's going on. All right, phone caller, you're on the air. Hello? Hey. Welcome to the show. Who are we talking to?
Merk the jerk.
Merk the lurk. No jerk, lurk. We appreciate you.
How you doing, brother? I was just talking about your latest episode, Paranormal 911, brother.
That's why I was calling.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was calling. Yeah. Okay. I'm still at the office because we pull overtime around here, and I was on YouTube getting ready to work on one of my clients' shows, and I saw you were live. And I was like, he can wait. Let me talk to Brent.
Yeah, it was a great episode, man. I love that one.
Yeah, I wanted to call and give you props to you in front of everybody because you did great, and it fits so well with what we were talking about, and that show, it popped off today. I don't know, like in the first, like it hasn't even been out for 48 hours, and it's already surpassed what I typically get on a really good week in downloads.
Well, that's what happens when you put Brent on a show.
Yeah, it's the Brent Thomas effect.
Don's getting a raise.
Thank God. So I'm looking for a co-host, right? And I think I'm going to need your address because I'm going to mail you an application.
All right, brother. Absolutely. I'll email it to you. That was a lot of fun, though. I mean, what are the odds we would both have such an amazing thing happen just literally a night apart?
Wow.
I know. It was absolutely crazy when Christian told me what he experienced, and then I'm on Facebook and I'm reading your Facebook post about what you experienced. Like, that's literally the same thing Christian just experienced. I'm like, this is crazy, you know? Yeah. And I had to have you on the show to talk about it. And I know, like we made it sound like it was a random thing. It wasn't random. Like, we planned for you. Like, you're texting me, are you calling yet? I'm like, no, not yet. We're in the middle of a conversation, but I'll call you. Stand by, you know? But I think it sounded like it was organic, and that was the goal.
Yeah, no, I mean, literally, the discussion we had was very organic, and how we both landed on Skinwalker. I didn't know you guys were editing Skinwalker thing that you're working on.
Yeah, we're doing it now.
Yeah, I mean, I had no idea, but then I just happened to bring that up during that conversation as well, just organically. So, I mean, there's just so many synchronicities there. It's just creepy.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm at the studio right now. Christian's he's in the next room working on the film, and Christian, yell hi. Hey, that's the Christian. He's grinding away. We're trying to get the rough cut done by Friday,
Wow.
and we're hoping to be able to have a release of the film in maybe mid-December, a little bit of an early Christmas present for people.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. And where will you be hosting that?
It'll be on a lot of different platforms. So initially, for the premiere, we're going to be using a service that specializes in online premieres of, whether it's like a live podcast show to a premiere of a film. And that'll be the like the premiere where, like I did last time, I did VIPs where people could sign up and, watch the exclusive, first ones in the world to watch it kind of thing. And then after that, it will be on demand on its own personal website. Oh, cool. And then we'll also be starting the process of getting it distributed worldwide through different platforms like Amazon Prime, Apple TV, Tubi. What else? I don't remember. TLC just picked up Expedition Dogman. I just saw that today. Hey, Chris, did I tell you that TLC picked up Expedition Dogman? TLC. Yeah.
I'll give you a round of applause, man. That's huge. Congratulations.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's actually going to be on TLC, but I saw on my end they picked it up here.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, come here. Look at this. Yeah. Yeah. Christian watches TLC all the time. He's a 27-year-old, but he's a 50-year-old heart.
That's awesome. That's really cool. And you broke that here too, ladies and gentlemen.
TLC. Or TC. Oh, yeah, I got it wrong. I'm wrong. Okay. So I'm a little dyslexic. I said TLC. It's actually TCL. So I don't know what TCL is. Never mind. Take that round of applause back. It's not TLC. It's TCL. But hey, give me the drums. It says watch award-winning movies starring stars like Anne Hathaway, Brad Pitt. Okay. Well, see, I'm
Wow.
Hey, I'll take TCL over TLC any day. Okay?
Oh, we all need some TLC, Tony.
Yeah.
No, that's fantastic.
Oh, well, I'm running on low sleep. Hey, listen. It is, what is it on? It is on Amazon Prime. It's on Tubi. I don't know. It's on crap. But, yeah, that's what we're going to be doing.
That's phenomenal, man. I'm excited for you.
Stuff.
And do future co-hosts get the VIP treatment then?
No.
All right, just trying to work the angles here.
What was I going to say? So like next year, this is like crazy. Like everything's like coming together so fast. Mm-hmm. Next year, we're coming out with a treasure hunting docuseries. Another like paranormal investigative docuseries that I'll actually be in that one. The treasure hunting docuseries I'm not in. It's just we're presenting it through Merkel Media. Cool. But the paranormal investigative thing I'll be in. I mean, I'm talking like ancient serpent mounds that were just discovered and we're the only ones that know about it, kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to be awesome. And then we're coming out. Obviously, we're going to do another film next year, which I'm not even telling you what we're doing that on. That's going to be a huge. I'm telling, like, groundbreaking, amazingly huge. Oh, cool. And we're also going to be doing a movie next year too. So, man, crazy stuff.
Yeah, you're really moving, brother. That's amazing, and I'm thrilled that it's growing and expanding so much. You need some assistance, though.
Bro, there's a reason why I'm here. It's 11:22 my time.
Yeah,
like I went home. I was with my family. Kids went to bed. I said, "See you later, babe," and I came back here because I gotta work.
Yeah.
But yeah,
you're one of those
things in the world, right?
You're one of those rare individuals that can get by on like 15 minutes of sleep a night or something, though. I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, about 4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I can do about 4 hours, and I'm good.
That's incredible, man. Well, it's amazing, and thanks a bunch for having me on, having me call in for that episode. It was a lot of fun, and I look forward to connecting with you again, brother.
Yeah, dude, you're going to be coming on the confessional soon. I didn't realize we were texting earlier today, and I thought you were on the confessionals at some point, but apparently not. I keep calling into your show, and I never return the favor, so we're going to get you on my show.
All right, brother. Anytime, just let me know when, man. I'm there.
All right, brother. Listen, I'm going to let you go, get back to your thing. But thanks again for coming on the show. It was a heater. People loved it. Thank you.
Awesome.
Anytime, man. Thanks again.
Awesome.
All right, guys.
See ya.
See you later, Beard.
Yep, we'll see you, Tony.
All right.
See ya.
See you.
That's awesome.
So did I tell you we know somebody who owns like 40 acres that in the Uinta Basin?
No.
Yeah.
We do?
Yeah.
Oh,
But see, that's what you get for not paying attention. We've been invited any time.
we have?
Yes.
Okay.
See, this is what Don does when he networks.
Oh, wait a minute. well played,
Yeah,
sir.
they own 40 acres in the Uinta Basin right near Skinwalker Ranch. So
Oh, that'd be fun to do some checking out and lurking down there.
yeah.
Let's do it next year.
And then maybe Merkel can come and join us, and
Yeah.
because we actually got a place we can actually stay.
No, that'd be fun. I think it'd be great to have an opportunity to get
I
down
don't know
there.
if I'd want to go though,
Why?
because black-eyed kids and skinwalkers are my like the top of my list of like stay the hell away from.
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about this.
Well, skinwalkers and dogmen, you kind of put them in
Right.
the same boat in that sense. Though.
I don't doubt that maybe there's skinwalkers activity in the area, but I think whatever's going on down there is like this intelligence,
Right.
and it seems to reveal itself pretty individually to people, like
Right.
like in individual ways, like it's letting you know that it knows you're there,
Right.
and I don't know, it's almost like some, I don't know, ancient presence, or you know,
Yeah.
like I don't know, I don't know what I think it is for sure, but it's some kind of energetic presence that's huge,
Right.
and very, very old, and probably gets a kick out of being a trickster.
Yeah.
I really think it must have a trickster element to it, because the way that it targets everybody individually, and sometimes maliciously, which is
Right.
unfortunate, but that's not uncommon for the tricksters,
No, not at all. Yeah.
of lore. So whatever they are, I mean, whether they're demigod kind of things or some form of ancient deity or whatever, who knows?
Sure.
But whatever it is, it seems both humorously intelligent and diabolically intelligent.
Yeah. Diabolical.
So,
That's a
but I think it depends on the individuals. So,
Sure. Yeah.
but yeah, I think it's amazing. So, we'll definitely take them up on the offer for sure.
Right.
This next year, we'll take them up on the offer. So, whoever you are, Don's going to share with me later. But
So it's the boys from Supernatural Station podcast.
oh, really?
Yeah, Jaron and Roman Daniels.
They own 40 acres.
Their family owns 40 acres.
Well, Jaron, get ready for some Paranormal Portal, brother, because we're going to do a cooperative then. That's it. We're going to do it. Excellent. And yeah, they're wonderful guys, both of those two.
Yeah, they're great kids. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like them. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Sure
absolutely
do.
excellent. And what was their name of their podcast again? Don?
Supernatural Station.
Podcast. Yep.
Yep.
Check them out. They're out there in the podcast realm as well. I love the networking. The networking thing is amazing. So, yeah, we're definitely going to have to do that. Okay. So let's continue on. Thanks, Tony. Glad you called in. Thanks for having me on your show. And ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't yet, go check out the newest episode of the Confessionals, Paranormal 911. It was a great discussion. And it's a long episode, too. And the things that, it wasn't all just about those calls. There was so much more that they went into.
Right.
Both behind the scenes and the production stuff, and weirdness that's been going on as a result of all of their investigations. It's a great discussion between Christian and Tony. So check it out. Worth looking into.
Check
That where the Paranormal Portal is. What? Oh, I'm just checking the chat. I saw the fourth color. I don't think it's necessarily for me. All right, so great minds think alike, just like you and I, Don.
Yep.
And this is the next one. We're on number 39. For 3 years running, my brother and I both bought my mom and dad the same Christmas card.
Oh my.
My brother lives in Surrey and I live in Cornwall, and we hardly ever see each other or communicate. Oh, I don't know if that's good or tragic.
Well, it just simply means that they hadn't gotten together and talked about it.
Right, but they both bought
just
the
bought
same card.
one. Yeah.
Yep. Or is it the very same card every year?
Yeah, no doubt. They just keep sending it back.
They bought the bonus pack.
They bought the extra bulk pack.
Yeah.
And split it between them.
Yeah, the Costco. Number 40, mom's intuition. Mom's intuitions are no joke, folks.
Oh, gosh.
My mom has great intuition. My mom once had a terrible dream that something awful had happened in the town we used to live in. We hadn't lived there for 5+ years. Just out of curiosity, she checked their local newspaper online, and in the obituaries section, she saw that my best friend from where we lived there had died of cancer a couple of days previous.
Wow.
Not being one for paranormal ghost psychic stuff, this one had me stumped.
Huh.
Yeah, sometimes those hunches, you get those hunches. The hunches, I think, are communications, honestly. I think it's the way the other side sometimes reaches out, just a hunch.
Right.
It's some kind of slight thought form that enters our head.
Sure.
Here's another one. Common phrase, perfect timing. Was scrolling through the interwebs when I saw "Long Time No See" on the screen, and this dude on Star Trek said the exact same thing at the exact same time as I read the words. Has happened to me a number of times, has amazed me each time.
Huh.
Pay attention. You're getting messages.
Those are synchronicities.
Yep. Synchronicities, serendipities. This one is the subconscious at work. I lost touch with my best friend after high school. She was a troubled soul, and I worried and thought about her often. Looked her up all the time and just could not track her down. Had a dream that I went to visit her and she had a daughter, which I figured was unlikely because she was not geared that way. She was she played for a different team. How do I say that?
She was a lesbian. You can say lesbian.
Okay. I don't know. I just don't want to offend anybody. All right. She liked girls. Fast forward to this past year.
We have similarities, you know.
Yeah. She fast forward to this past year. She found me on Facebook. I check out her profile before we really have a chance to chat and reconnect, and she has a daughter that looks exactly like my dream. Also, my dream was right around her daughter's birthday.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool.
Huh.
Yep. You're not tired, are you, Don?
I'm exhausted.
Number 43, long lost friends. We went to Los Angeles from New Mexico for a funeral for a distant relative. We stopped and ate at McDonald's one day, and I played in the play area as a 4-year-old with some other kid. My parents talked to the other kids' parents while we played, and we went on our way. A week later, we're back in New Mexico and eating at McDonald's, and I start playing with this kid who looks familiar to my parents. They then see the same parents from California.
That's creepy.
Woo, that's some McDonald's love right there.
Yeah, exactly. Don't play in the ball pit. Never play in the ball pit.
That's what they said, Don.
You know how many kids throw up in that ball pit?
I don't know. Didn't want to.
Don't play in the ball pit. They don't wash the balls.
Okay, let's just move along. None to see here. Number 44, the Kelly syndrome. My brother's name is Kelly. A few times strangers have stopped near him and flatly said, Kelly. Then keep walking. A waiter did it once. He stood right up behind his chair with a full plate of dirty dishes, stopped to pronounce Kelly, then moving along. It happened a lot when we were on our way to work or school.
Well, what's the point of that?
I don't know.
Apparently, Kelly's a popular guy.
Yeah, apparently everybody knows his name.
Brown
He's like the Norm of that town. Norm!
Welcome to Cheers.
How you doing, Norm? It's a dog-eat-dog world, and I got milk-bone underwear. All right, number 45, guardian angel is one option. On my 12th birthday, I was on the way to a bike shop to get a new bike with my dad, his girlfriend, and my brother. We were nowhere near the bike shop when some random old creepy-looking guy came up to us, looked down at me, and said, "You buying a bike?" I looked at my dad confused and kind of scared. We told him that we were on our way to buy a bike. He then started going on about how I must get a helmet and wear it at all times. We was a little freaked out, but we just assumed he was just a weirdo and just forgot about it. A few hours later, I was riding through the park on my new bike, and I fell off. As I went to get up and brush myself off, I looked up, and he was just standing there, looking disappointed and shaking his head. He shook his index finger at me and said, "I told you to wear a helmet." At this point, I just pooped myself and rode as fast as I could home. What's even weirder, though, is the fact that I've moved about 40 to 50 miles away since then, and I still see him every once in a while. I don't believe in guardian angels, but it just creeps me out. Yeah, that's, turns out he works for the government. You're going to get a bike? Make sure you mention that on your taxes. I don't know. That was funny in my head. Nothing? Don? Nothing?
No.
Okay.
No, sorry.
The magic
Wrong one.
of humor. It's the magic of humor. All right, this one is psychic powers. When I was about 12, I had a terrible nightmare in which 2 planes collided in midair. It was extremely vivid, and I wake up in a panic. Now, by 12, I wasn't the sort to bother my parents about nightmares anymore, but I was convinced there was going to be a plane crash, so I rushed out to my mom and told her everything. She said I was being stupid and that I should go get back to sleep. The next morning, my parents rushed into my room and looked freaked out. They insisted I went downstairs with them to watch the news. Oh, really? You're going to put a kid through that?
Yeah.
Now we're going to scar him. Watch this. I thought they were pranking me or something, but when I got down to the breakfast news was running a story about 2002 Uberlungen mid-air collision. We later worked out that I'd woken up around the time the crash itself took place. Nothing like this has happened since.
Well, good. You shouldn't be rocking. Colliding planes is not a good profession.
Yeah, good thing they don't crash often like that. That's horrible. Wonder where that photo came from. That's absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, dear God.
It's got to be a shoot.
A what?
A photo shoot.
Maybe.
A shoot.
Yeah, I hope so. I sure hope so.
Darko.
Yeah. Donnie Darko.
This blue. Huh.
Wood are scary.
Wood are scary.
Wood are scary. When I was a kid, maybe around 9 or 10, my parents and I would always hang out in the woods behind our bus stop. My friends and I would always, I thought I said parents. My friends and I would always hang out in the woods. I was like, why is this kid and his parents hanging out in the woods? That's weird.
Maybe they're smoking a dick.
Come on, Junior, pass it. Don't hog it.
Why wait till 4:20?
Always hang out in the woods behind our bus stop. My friend Alex and I would go back there most often. I had a dream one night that me and Alex were hanging out in the woods, and an old woman came up to us to tell us that we shouldn't go back there anymore and that the woods were private property. And then she turns around and walks up into the sky.
Walks into the sky?
Sure, this is a dream, though.
Oh, okay, yeah, good point.
The next morning, I was telling Alex about the dream, and I get to the part where the old lady, I say, and she told us not to go back in the woods behind the bus stop anymore. And Alex finishes the sentence, because it's private property. And then she floated away. Turns out Alex has been having the same dream every now and then for a few months at that point.
Ooh.
He'd never told me about it. We compared a few other details about the dream, and what Alex said sounded familiar. But these parts I'm willing to chalk up to the power of suggestion. Yeah, maybe. But still.
You know, here's an interesting thing.
What's that?
Mara Murphy says that photos from Mexico flight 498 after being hit by a Piper Cherokee. So you're telling me that just that quick you looked up that picture.
Wow.
That's not what I was doing. Wow, that's freaking amazing. Mexico.
Really?
498.
Somebody referenced that so quickly?
Yeah.
That's amazing. You guys are amazing. Absolutely incredible. While Don looks that up, I'm going to read Sleepwalkers.
Sleepwalkers.
When I was at my friend's house for a sleepover when I was about 9 or 10 years old, I was getting real late. It was getting real late, so we decided to go to sleep. I woke up at 2 a.m., and I don't know what had woke me up. But I heard the bathroom door across the hall slam shut and open again. I didn't bother to turn around on the floor and see if my friend had gotten up. I just went back to sleep. The next morning, I asked her if she was the one who slammed the door, and she looked pretty genuine when she shook her head. So we asked her brother, her mother, and father. No one slammed the door, but my friend said she heard it too. So I knew I wasn't dreaming or hearing things that were not there. After that, I never went back to her house. I don't blame you, kid. How many more of these are there? This is one more. Okay. And did you find it?
The picture that I'm finding is PSA Flight 182.
PSA Flight 182?
Yeah, because this is that picture, right?
Yeah, it
this
is.
One right
Yep,
here?
that's the one.
Yeah, that's the one I'm finding.
Ugh, that's
So,
horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very tragic. All right, back. So you got to love lovable jerks. This is the last story of this article, then I can close it.
Michelle from Full House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in college, I worked at a small independent art house movie theater. Like many men in his position, the owner was a real tightwad. He was also kind of a jerk about, albeit a lovable one. A year or so before I graduated and moved away, he was diagnosed with ALS. About 3 years later, I found out that he had passed away. 2 days after that, I put on a coat. I hadn't worn it in a long time. When I put my hand in the pocket, I felt a piece of paper. I pulled it out, and it was a paycheck from the theater for close to $200 that I somehow forgot to cash.
Huh.
All of those years ago, with my boss's name and signature attached.
Wow.
I knew I could have cashed it if I had made it to the bank quickly, or maybe made a claim against his estate. But I figured it would be fair to let him get the last laugh. Okay, well that's cute. Oh, there's another one. Never mind. What? There's a hell of a lot more all of a sudden. Man, this thing goes on forever. All right, I'm going to skip off of this one now. I've had enough of those stories. Have you had enough of those stories, Don?
Sure.
Good, because we got enough time to say Bigfoot sighting reported near Provo, Utah.
Utah?
This is posted on SasquatchChronicles.com.
Oh.
From the blog. See, there's not just...
See, and he was just down there with us, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, apparently they found Bigfoot in there. Hold on, I got a cough.
Damn time. It's about damn time.
Is it? Yeah.
One of the Olsen twins. Yes, Olsen twins, yes. Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Needed to wet my whistle. There we go. I'm much better now. Okay.
I got better.
Bigfoot sighting reported near Provo, Utah. News Fox 13 News, Utah, writes, the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch Organization has been following up on reports of another Bigfoot sighting in the Provo area. Some experts, however, aren't so sure. Well, those experts never are, ladies and gentlemen. That's not new. Those experts are never sure. But let's check out this story.
Why sweetly?
And we'll find out just what happened here. And, of course, the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch Organization is Kelly Shaw and his wife.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So let's check it out. When it comes up.
Buffer.
Seriously, look how big it is.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it is a human. I think it's a Sasquatch.
It was a bluebird January morning here in the foothills of northeast Provo when a group of guys saw a figure on the mountain that looked like something they've never seen before.
That does look huge.
You can't just see something that's maybe a once-in-a-century discovery and go do your 9-to-5 job. You got to go look for fur or footprints or some kind of evidence.
And the camera was rolling as Austin took to the mountain with a buddy on a search for the elusive Bigfoot.
So I'm seeing something that is not deer tracks anymore. We're trying to determine what it is.
Their findings were inconclusive.
Was it a bear? Maybe. That's plausible. Was it a person? Also plausible. Was it something else? I think that's also plausible. Who knows?
On the other hand, I spoke to a curator from the Natural History Museum of Utah who says not only is that figure in the video not Sasquatch, but it's safe to say that Sasquatch is not something that would even exist.
What's the likelihood that there are big animals that have gone undetected by scientists and
Eric
by trained
Rickhart, you're an
observers?
idiot.
Dr. Eric Rickhart has spent much of his career exploring places people have never gone before in search of new species. So far, no Bigfoot or anything like it.
Because Eric
There are
Rickhart
lots
hasn't found
of
them.
undiscovered
They're not real.
There's no
particularly
such
in the
thing.
natural world. But they don't take the form of giant apes running around in largely settled areas of the world.
So what do you believe?
I'm really hoping I get to go look again. Maybe there's something out there to find right here in Utah, even in Provo.
Wow.
What do you believe? Well, I believe Eric Rickart's an idiot. First of all, that's my takeaway.
Digger says my BS meter just redlined.
Did it?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know that footage is a Sasquatch, and I'm not meaning to maintain that it is. But what I do know is that guy's an idiot. Because, well, I've been out in the woods, so I know. It's like, oh, my God, just, get over yourself. You're not the only one out in the really impossible places looking and never seeing something until you see it.
Right.
How many hunter stories start with, I've been in the woods my whole life, I never saw anything, but then one day. And then the story happens.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, yeah, there's not millions of them out there. I don't believe there is, but they're obviously not just walking down Main Street.
Right, exactly.
Which I think is what it would take for some of these idiots to finally go, oh, they're real.
But you can put an apple pie in front of somebody and tell them it's a freaking apple pie, and they'll take a bite and go, no, it's watermelon. It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter with some of these people.
Yeah, some people are just contrary. Well, I mean, it's the arrogance. It's the hubris of it. Like, everybody else is wrong except for that Eckhart guy.
Hey, remember we were talking about aliens coming and picking up the village idiots?
Yeah.
Can we put his name in the hat?
I'm going to put him in the probing list.
There you go.
No, I mean, the guy's welcome to his opinion, and that's fine. But to speak in absolutes about anything,
that was absolute. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot speak in absolutes of something that you can't prove, and you can't disprove it either. So you have to say, well, people are seeing something. I don't know what they're seeing, but I'm having a hard time believing in Sasquatch. But who knows? I mean, if this guy is truly a scientist. I mean, they're finding new species all the time, including large orangutans that were just discovered.
It's not in the fossil record, dang it.
Yeah, the completed compendium of the fossil record, which is, that's all people have managed to dig up. That's all the fossil record means. And then until people dig every inch of this earth up, they're not going to have a complete fossil record. It's just not possible. And then there's the whole thing that it takes a very specific criteria of earth and environments to create a fossil in the first place.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, these are all, our bodies are basically minerals that break down on our bones.
Right.
They break down in most cases. It just takes a very specific criteria to encapsulate them in such a way as they will become fossils. So I don't know. I just get so uptight with that. And unfortunately, Sasquatch has not received the credibility that the UFO thing has.
True, yeah.
Because the Navy hasn't released any Sasquatch footage.
Yeah, exactly. This leaked Sasquatch footage from the Navy.
The Navy found them
They were out
swimming.
in the middle of the Atlantic.
They were swimming to Europe, we think.
So we saw them on top of an iceberg as they bobbed pie.
Yeah. I mean, for whatever reason, now UFOs are at least regarded with some seriousness, but that was part of the same discussion. Oh, there ain't nothing like that out there.
Right.
Because I ain't seen one. It's just that whole hubris just drives me crazy. But he's entitled to his opinion, and an educated opinion as well doesn't mean,
Just because you're educated doesn't mean you make your opinion right one.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that you know everything because you've been to college. You know what they told you. You were able to remember it and write it down and regurgitate it. But they don't know everything. That whole mentality.
Really chaps your hide, doesn't it?
It does. It's frustrating because I just hate when people sit in such positions of authority. Right. I'm an authority and you're stupid for thinking that.
Right.
It's like, really? Because there's a lot of really intelligent people that have become believers. So that doesn't mean they're all educated. That just means very, very intelligent people have become believers because they've come face to face with something that wasn't a suit. It wasn't a hoax. So let's go to the next one. And this is also from SasquatchChronicles.com. Oh my God, kitten.
Yeah. He's
a little nagger, isn't he?
Spoiled little shit, isn't he?
Yeah.
What do you want? What do you want? No? Okay.
He just wants to come and say hi.
He just wants to.
It's like he never lost that kitten thing. When kittens get away from their mom, they're like, meow, meow, meow. He does that as an adult.
Quiet. Do not do that.
Next is up from Sasquatch Chronicles blog. November 13. I thought it was some lunatic messing with us.
I wasn't there.
No, you weren't. I don't think. Of course, you haven't been here for a while. So, are you okay? Are you gonna be okay, little fluffy boy? Oh my gosh, you little heartbroken boy. He's got the loudest purr ever. It's like purr. It's like a idling Harley or something. Okay, so we're gonna get to this one from Sasquatch Chronicles. I'm sorry. I was just trying to pet him to make him quiet. I thought it was some lunatic messing with us. A listener writes, I started listening to your show, Sasquatch Chronicles, today. After hearing a few of the speakers, I felt compelled to share my story. I did not see Bigfoot, but I think I possibly may have heard some Bigfoot behavior while in the woods. Although in all probability, this story can likely be brushed off as some prankster in the forest. Yeah, because pranksters often hang out in the forest in Bigfoot suits.
Wait for people to come by. Rawr.
I'm 28 years old, and this story happened when I was about 17 or 18.
Really?
Two friends of mine and myself who lived in Phoenix went on a backpacking trip into the woods of Sedona, Arizona. If you know anything about Sedona, it's known as a supernatural hotspot. From orbs to UFOs to a Bigfoot sightings, Sedona seems to attract that kind of behavior. I'm sorry, but I do not recall exactly where exactly we went backpacking within Sedona. On this backpacking trip, myself and my other friend were armed. He had his AR-15, and I had a .22 long rifle that he had lent me for this trip. I'm going to give you the piss him off gun. I'm getting the AR. You're getting the piss him off gun. Let's see who he goes after. Hiking along, we decided to go into the trail, off the trail in order to go deeper into the woods. We had not encountered any hikers that day that I recall, but we wanted to ensure our seclusion. I should also say that we were not exactly in the middle of nowhere. I remember I still had cell phone service, and in the far distance atop a hill, no less than several miles away, I remember I could see a house. Outside of that, however, I think we would be considered in the woods by anybody's standards, especially when we left the trail. I mention this only to include the possibility of pranksters who lived nearby, and also to insinuate that, though we didn't see anybody, it doesn't necessarily mean we were alone. At sunset, we found a clearing about 10 yards from a very wide creek. It was a roaring creek. I remember it being loud. We set up camp, and the three of us, each with our own tent, made a half circle around the fire, which was, when it was bedtime, we each rolled into our separate tents. I, however, could not sleep, so I laid there in mine. I'd probably been laying there for about an hour, maybe two, when suddenly I heard a huge splash in the water. I froze. I had just heard what must have been a large boulder being thrown into the creek, and to be clear, it did not roll, it was thrown. Several moments later, I heard another large rock being thrown into the water, then another and another. To give you an idea of the size of these rocks, imagine throwing a pebble into the pool that makes a certain splash. A rock the size of your hand would make a little bit more of a splash, and so on. By my estimation, myself being 6'1", I figure these rocks must have been about as big around as if I had made a circle with my arms in front of me, my fingertips touching together. It was terrifying from the first splash, and increasingly so with each subsequent one, because I had no idea how long it would go on for. I was not thinking Bigfoot at that moment. Instead, I remember thinking there was a murderer in the woods. When the splashing stopped about 4 or 5 throws, I finally worked up the courage to just sit up in my tent and look out the foggy window built into the rain fly. Of course, it was pitch black outside. I could not see anything, and the foggy window did not help. I had left the rifle by the creek, leaning up against a tree. Nice. I would have to make a run for it. For the piss him off gun. You just leave it there. It's better there.
Yeah.
You might as well throw a rock.
Yeah.
Before I did, I whispered to both my friends in their separate tents. The one friend moved in his tent but fell back asleep. My other friend with the AR-15 responded, and I told him what he had apparently missed. And I told him I was going to make a run for the rifle. I was terrified that the splashing would resume at any time. I unzipped my tent, put my boots on as fast as I could, and went full sprint towards the creek. I grabbed the rifle, ran back to my tent, and loaded the magazine tube to capacity with tiny 22 bullets.
Yeah.
I had trouble sleeping the rest of the night.
I would too.
Yeah, if that's all I had, I'd have trouble too. But heard nothing afterwards. For the skeptics, again, I have not ruled out the possibility of pranksters. We were not way out into the middle of nowhere, but we were far enough. I would also say it's possible that a man or two of them could hurl these big rocks into the water. Yeah, maybe 5 feet. As for the possibility of my friends being the ones to prank me, again, we all went into our tents at the same time. I'd been laying awake for the duration of the hour or two before I started hearing the splashes. So, if it had been my friends, I would have most certainly heard them leaving their tents. Lastly, as soon as I whispered to them after hearing the splashes, the one moaned and rolled over in his tent, while the other verbally responded. They were both there. Again, that night as it was happening, I was not thinking Bigfoot. I was concerned that there was some lunatic who was messing with my friends and me. It was not until the next day that my friends and I jokingly talked about the idea of Bigfoot. As the years have gone by, we still believe it's a genuine possibility. I know this case probably isn't as interesting as some of the others on your show, but I do hope that it can help you in collecting your data and maybe assist you in connecting some dots. Thanks for taking the time to read this story, and thanks for this awesome content for your show. I am certainly a fan from here forward. Well, very cool. Yeah, rocks in a water body are not uncommon.
No, not at all.
Not at all. All right. What time do we got?
You know what? Well, it's almost time, but you know what is uncommon?
What?
Somebody unzipping in this order, unzipping the tent, then putting their shoes on, right? And then making a dead run for a tree where he left a rifle near the riverbank where the rocks are being thrown, but the rifle's only a 22 to begin with, and you might as well, as you said, just throw rocks back at him. Because, have you ever been shot?
Well, with a BB, sure.
Well, okay, but
I've my eye.
I've been shot with a 22.
Have you?
Yeah, and it stings like a bad word.
Okay.
And so if I was shot with anything, I would roll around on the ground and scream bloody murder like I was dying.
Sure.
I don't care if I am or not.
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting up from a 22. I mean, you're just not going to brush it off and go, ha, ha, ha.
No.
John Matrix, ha, 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 ha. No,
sure.
You're not going to do that.
No, a human being wouldn't. Sure.
But, a bear, an elk, a moose, a Bigfoot, you just piss them off.
Yeah.
You really would just piss them off.
That's the piss them off gun.
Yeah.
You're not going to drop them.
That's if you put enough in them to piss them off.
Yeah.
They may just not even notice them.
Yeah. They may think the flies are biting.
I don't care.
Yeah. I tell you what, folks. If you're going to go out in the deep woods, take something a little bigger.
Yeah.
A little more bark than that. If you're going to, pack. I don't know. I don't think a 22 long rifle is probably the gun you want to bring.
No, unless you're just hunting rabbits.
Unless you're hitting, rabbits or squirrel, then right. Sure, that's plenty.
You can feed yourself. That'd be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want anything bigger because then you just make a big mess. Excuse me. Anyhow.
Yeah. I dumped 30 rounds into this squirrel. Yeah. That's probably it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yes, aggravated progressive. The 22 is the preferred weapon of a bunch of murderers. Especially in the mafia, they put a 22 in your head, you're pretty much dead.
Yeah, well, you put any kind of round in your head.
So, yeah, I'm not getting up. I don't care what I was shot with. All right, well, anyhow, it's that time, isn't it? Oh, we didn't do shout-outs. Let's do
shout-outs.
So, real quick, who I've got on the list is Aggravated Progressive, Cool Hand, Dan Sheenan, Ghost Magnets here, John Stevenson, Maggie M10, hello. Paranormal Portal, Rachel Gets It Right, Ruger Ridge, Farms here, Wonder Woman. Jake was here a little earlier ago. There's Ruger Ridge, Elaine. There's Jake. Yeah, there he is. Fourth Color. Wow, that list is just getting huge now. Eric, the Purple Hobbit. Anybody else? Okay, time's up. Anyhow, so there you go. There's our show for the night. It's nice to be back. Thank you for, caring.
Yeah, of course, brother. It's good to have you back. It was weird not having you here for so long.
Yeah, it is kind of
there
weird.
was a lot of, I was sick last week, so there was no show anyway, but
Right.
I'm better now.
Well, I have to say the week before that was my fault. So
that was your fault.
it wasn't my fault. But
yeah, I mean,
I'll accept responsibility on
life
my
happens
end.
for
Exactly.
sure.
So there you go.
But we're glad to have you back now, and thank you all for being here and being a part of the journey. Please hit the like before you leave, if you would. That would help a bunch. And if you're watching this when it's not live, please leave a comment. That helps a bunch
Absolutely.
too. And don't forget a Teespring.
Yeah, Teespring.
Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap up and conclude our journey for tonight. So remember, we love you all. Be good. Be kind. Be nice. Take care of each other. Help each other out. Find the magic in every day, and remember to laugh as much as you can. That's going to conclude tonight's journey. I'll be back on Friday night if you care to join me then, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on the YouTube channel. I'll talk to you then. So love you all. Mean it. And we'll see you next time.
Good night.